Well, actually not really.
Hey, greetings everyone. So Zthustra wants to talk to me some more, and after I didn't realize he'd actually made more videos. I figured he would just simply reply them to my channel and then I would watch them, but in between when he made his first response for me and now the current one, he actually made several more videos and I didn't notice them. So he did address all my other points that I made in that video, so mea culpa for not noticing that. But even still, I'm not frustrated with you. I mean, it's just I disagree with your methods as well, as far as presenting goes. But after watching the videos, and after watching the last one, he still seems to have a fundamental misunderstanding of what I thought I've already explained when I replied to him. So let's listen to a little bit of it.
If you had come on and said that you advocated for healthcare reform, and you had told us that we should learn from the mistakes made by those free market people, if you had told me that the free market people were lying, had you told me that there were all of these faults with the free market people, and I happen to be one of the free market people, I would have turned you off immediately. Well, I wouldn't personally, because I'm
Okay, so I thought I've already explained this. The way I opened it up was I was venting my frustrations with a certain group of people within the healthcare. That's why I said the system is not perfect, because there are those who specifically say that universalized healthcare or socialized healthcare is absolutely 100% perfect. I am not shitting you. 100% perfect. That's why I said that. And so I continued on and I said, come on, let's not be fucking liars. Those two statements are related. Now I conceded that in some way and made an annotation. I don't know if what else should I do? You want me to pull the video? That's not going to happen. Fat chance. So I think I've defended myself on well enough, but he still has this idea that I'm calling universal carists, which I am one myself. I'm only second to free market or whatever. But that's just the way it is, okay? I mean, if you can't handle that, then, you can't handle that. Now he goes on and says that I failed to make the distinction between private delivery and the other socialized systems. But really, to me, it's a moot point, because I don't see any major flaws, in particularly, and then the varying styles of least in delivery, or at least how it's paid for. In both systems, they both pay the taxes, and the taxes go to pay for the healthcare. It's just that in Canada, those taxes that go to healthcare, instead of going to government-owned hospitals, they go to privatized hospitals. So the system, the flaws that I still see are still relevant to me in Canada. Because it's not really the delivery of the healthcare, it is the implementation of that healthcare. And I think there's a big distinction. But I would any day of the week go for a more socialized system than a privatized system, because at that point, if you're pretty much collecting taxes for health insurance, you just might as well own the hospitals too. To me, that makes better sense. But so the next point, as the notice, one of the major fundamental problems of his misunderstanding in each video is that he was under the assumption that I was arguing for healthcare reform in the United States based on the flaws of the other nations. How much sense does that make? I think you would realize at some point that it is not right, and at some point you would have, okay, I'm confused, can you clue me in? Because that would be majorly stupid to do. I mean, that is an awful way to argue. This is why I repeatedly suggested that you watch my intro video. My intro video lays out what I am doing. None of these videos are really meant to stand alone. They're all meant to just be in a series. They're all tied together by the intro. I know I ramble on a bit in that intro, but towards the end I say what is being provided, especially in the Obama bill, is neither a free market solution nor a universal healthcare solution. The only reason I say especially not the private public option is pretty much a throw to the conservatives who think the public option is socialism. So that's why I said that. But of course the public option isn't socialist either, but at this point I digress on that. And so I state we either must choose capitalism, so if we're going to go with a capitalistic or a free market, this is how I would like it. And if we're going to go with universal, then here are the pitfalls we should watch. And then I went over what I liked and disliked about the Obama bill. So, I mean, it really wasn't a total critique of what was on the table. It's just, we need to either choose free market or universal. So I'm offering in this series at least options for both and suggestions for both. It's not really about the Obama bill unless it says it's about the Obama bill. So I think that was another misunderstanding that you and I had. So it really was a failure to communicate on my part, because obviously if you're having these graves, drastic misunderstandings on what I'm trying to accomplish, then it has to be on my end, right? Because I understand I'm not the greatest speaker, especially not off the cuff. I'm a whole lot better if I script the things. And I just, I don't, at least not in front of a camera, I don't like scripting. If I do, pictures and images, that allows me to read off the screen and you not know any better. So what else? Now, he misunderstood a lot of my suggestions in there. When I said there should be a rating system, I didn't primarily mean that the users should be the ones rating, or again, I was very vague, so that's my fault. So he actually mentioned something like how the NHS does it, and so yes, I would say, yeah, let's use that system where both efficiency and quality of care, because that's what I wanted to be rated. The better quality care, the better the doctors should be, rewarded. So the doctors that provide the best quality of care and should be rewarded. So that makes sense to me. Now, each time I gave an example, it was supposed to be I had something in mind. In each case, I did, except for the one about the one he said. I said there should be a suggestion box. I didn't really say a suggestion box. That just should be a means of suggesting of reducing waste. Now, what I had in mind and then wasn't really a flaw in a universal healthcare system. And he's right about that. I was thinking back to, well, the American system, because almost any government program is famous for drastic fraud, waste, and abuse. And so when I was talking about that particular point, I was speaking about that. So I guess, in a way, he kind of scores a point with that. But with the rest of them, I really don't see, after knowing these misgivings, what complaints does he have.